afternoon to you and welcome. This is Sunshine Report on Osrc Television. I am Oyewumi Ayinibara. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the opening of its online portal for the accreditation of journalists and media organizations covering the Ondo State governorship election on November 16, 2024. The portal will be accessible starting today, September 9, 2024, and will close at midnight on October 31, 2024. The National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, stated that interested media organizations must apply through the designated website map.inecnigeria.org. He urged prospective applicants to complete their submissions before the deadline, emphasizing that there will be no extensions and late applications will not be accepted. Olumekun added that this initiative aims to facilitate media coverage of the upcoming election, ensuring that journalists and technical staff can adequately report on the electoral process. Meanwhile, as the November 16 governorship election is in Ondo State approaches, the ruling All Progressives Congress APC is gaining momentum with more defections from opposition parties. The latest of such defections are leaders and members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, from the Ondo local government area, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, who received the decamped PDP members, alongside the APC chairman in the state, on behalf of the party leadership, welcomed the new members and emphasized the need for collective efforts to ensure impactful governance beyond 2024. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole completes the story.
In Igbekebo, Ondo local government area of Ondo State, members of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, led by Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, gathered to welcome new members from the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP). Commissioner for Lands and Housing, Akinwumi Sowore, highlighted the achievements of Ayedatiwa administration and called for support ahead of the November 16 governorship election.
Ondo people have resolved to work solely for Lucky Olimisan Ayedatiwa.
Goodwill messages from local leaders, including Bayo Anifowose, Special Advisor to the Governor on Gender, Olamide Falana, and a lawmaker, Oluwatoyin Allen, praised Ayedatiwa for his effective leadership.
We are confident that your leadership and vision will take Ondo State to a greater height.
For our party, so many of our women, it's very big market resolutions. Today we are really excited.
It was now time for members and leaders of the opposition, PDP, to join the progressives. Mrs. Williams Ujuala, speaking for the defectors, said Ayedatiwa's leadership qualities motivated their decision to join the APC, promising to work towards his success in the upcoming election. Governor Ayedatiwa thanked the people for their support and reiterated his commitment to improving the state, viewing the defections as a sign of confidence in his administration.
The leaders of opposition parties, all of them are here. Former state woman leader of PDP, she's here sitting behind me, and all members of their SO, the local government woman leader and chairman, all of them, the executive member of the party. PDP has collapsed completely in Ondo.
He emphasized plans for infrastructural development, particularly in education and healthcare, and the creation of job opportunities.
All the schools that are building at every ward for our primary health care. All 10 wards in SLO will be having one unit of a 2 self-contained house for the medical officer that will be working in every ward in SLO. This is not only for SLO, it's across the state. The 203 wards in the state is a program that we are starting before the election.
The event featured performances by cultural troops from Calabar and Akwa Ibom, enhancing the celebration as attendees pledged their support for Aiyedatiwa's continued leadership beyond 2025. From Igbekebo in Eseodo, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The National Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Mary Idile Alile, has commended Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa for his commitment to promoting women's empowerment and inclusion in governance. Alile, who commended the governor for creating political opportunities for women during a visit to Akure, the state capital, noted the significant increase in female participation in governance under his leadership. Osrc's Said Aribisala has more.
Women participation in Nigeria's political landscape remains a subject of discourse, with increasing agitation for more inclusion in elective and appointive positions. Aside from what political watchers described as impressive numbers in terms of their eligibility to vote, the figures of their involvement at the decision-making table say otherwise. The National Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Mary Alile, is in Ondo State, attracted by the change in narrative being championed by Ondo State Governor in the areas of women inclusion in governance and politics. Dr. Alile, who commended Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa for appointing over 100 women as aides and cabinet members, described the decision as noteworthy.
Making an excellent effort in enhancing the gender space in politics for our women. And this is also in line with the vision, which is my vision of the project 774 Explore, which tends to see that we see an increase in women participation in politics. I also want to commend Mr. Governor, because I also heard yesterday that there are women that are chairman of council, vice chairman of council, chairman of boards. Now, this is wonderful. This must be commended of Mr. Governor.
The APC National Women Leader noted that Governor Aiyedatiwa's move has provided hope and renewed vigor for women aspirations.
Mr. Governor, His Excellency Lucky Aiyedatiwa have taken a very giant step in ensuring that this agenda is fulfilled, in ensuring that women, particularly women in Ondo State, they are part of the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I must say that the Ondo State women are already enjoying the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. Now, I want to use this opportunity as well to call on other governors, not only APC governors, other governors in Nigeria, as a fact, to emulate the governor of Ondo State, to ensure that in their cabinets there are spaces for women.
The APC chieftain urged electorate, particularly women, to vote Governor Aiyedatiwa in the November 16 gubernatorial election.
Again, like the name of your governor, Lucky, you're already lucky now. You're already lucky now. So you're already enjoying the dividends of the renewed hope. Therefore, there's an election in the state come November. So I want to speak to the women of the state to come out en masse and vote for the performing governor. To come out en masse and vote for the governor that have your interest at heart.
The party's National Women Leader interfaced with some of the female government appointees. Said Aribisala, Osrc News.
Ondo State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Olayato Aribo, has assured the public of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's commitment to enhancing and advancing food security and bolstering the agricultural sector. The commissioner, in an interview with Osrc, emphasized that Governor Aiyedatiwa's administration is dedicated to implementing policies that will not only enhance agricultural productivity, but also ensure a stable and reliable food supply for all residents. The commissioner also encouraged residents to participate in small-scale backyard farming as a practical source on residents.
Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa is desirous of making sure that our people don't go hungry, that we have enough food in our land. We have identified 4 challenges that has been our problem here. Challenges are 1, land clearing or land development, the gap between the old farmers and the youth, insecurity, and the fact that our agriculture tackle all these challenges headlong. I want to advise our people to key into this. Even if you cannot go into farming, you don't have the time and this thing to do farming as a business or a full scale, you can also plant where our soil is fertile. You can also plant things that you can eat even within your house. In areas we have open spaces where people are not using at present. Land that people bought, they've not developed. People can use that one and plant what they can eat from there. Even in their houses, you can plant even yam inside bags, and you can plant grains and so many things like vegetables within your compound. Produce yourself, you don't need to go to the market to go and buy it. So I'm enjoying all our people to go out and plant 1 or 2 things in their various compound for them to use.
The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Olayato Aribo, speaking there on food security and boosting on the agricultural sector in Ondo State. Women empowerment in Nigeria is a process that is carried out as a poverty reduction measure. This is what a non-governmental organization, Sister to Sister, has been involved in the past 8 years to impact positively on the lives of women. Our reporter Victor Akinshulire witnessed the 8th anniversary of the organization in Akure and now reports.
Sister to Sister Worldwide, a non-governmental organization dedicated to empowering, inspiring, and supporting women globally, recently celebrated its 8th anniversary in Akure. Women from across Nigeria gathered to honor the organization's founder, Dr. Mary Idele. Dr. Mary Idele, the founder of Sister to Sister Worldwide, highlighted the organization's global presence across 4 continents and over 9
but a fundamental right that must be protected and nurtured. Through our extensive range of programs, initiative and partnership, we have been able to address the challenges faced with women and children and work towards creating a society where women and children can thrive.
Ondo State APC women leader Mrs. Musu Ogunkale commended the NGO for addressing the unique challenges faced by women and expressed her dedication to leveraging the platform to promote government initiatives that drive positive change for women.
To encourage women, to give them information or disseminate information. At the same time, to assist in empowering women.
Special advisor to the Governor on Women Affairs, Sheun Osamaye, highlighted Governor Aiyedatiwa's commitment to gender equality, as demonstrated by the appointment of numerous women to key positions.
We are grateful. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa is a governor that's provided leadership for women. Recently, just yesterday, he made some appointments of over 319 people, and I can confirm that over 100 of them are women, and it has never happened like that in the state. So we are grateful to him. Today, we have only come to show solidarity.
The regional leader of the NGO in the South-South region emphasized the organization's commitment to empowering women throughout Nigeria, reinforcing its mission to support women development.
We've achieved a lot because, number one, we've been able to acquire sister to sister in close to 28 states. And we are not stopping there, we are going further because 6 states and Abuja, we must have sister to sister in all states.
The next 6 months, what will be happening with the
Founder Dr. Pius Halile shared insight into the inspiration behind Sister to Sister Worldwide and offered encouraging words to the attendees.
I think it's fulfilling a mandate by way of bridging the gap and empowering women, inspiring them, encouraging them. You can see women here, they are very happy.
The occasion featured a parade of representatives from various states, including an award presentation to honor deserving women for their contributions to society. Victor Akishulure, Osrc News.
Reactions have continued to trail the recent hike in petrol prices across the country, with Nigerians lamenting that the federal government is inflicting further hardship on the citizens. According to respondents, the cost of fuel in Nigeria had risen by 460% in 15 months, with calls to the federal government to save the country from further socioeconomic tells us more.
The removal of fuel subsidy by the federal government has led to harsh economic reality for many Nigerians. Even the joy that accompanied the rollout of PMS by Dangote Refinery has been cut short as NNPC stations have upwardly adjusted its price. In May 2023, fuel price skyrocketed from 185 naira per litre to 500 naira per litre. Since then, fuel prices have continued to rise steadily and now sells between 950 naira and 1,250 naira in some parts of the country, including Ondo State. As a result of the increase, some fuel stations in Akure are under lock, while the few generated reactions from the public. Respondents say the persistent increases in the absence of any meaningful social security measures put in place demonstrates lack of empathy and understanding of the challenges faced by ordinary Nigerians.
I got fuel like 2 days ago and I got it 1,250 as against the normal 850. It is difficult to get fuel. The price is high. Some people are not selling. Most filling stations are not selling, so very few are selling. If everyone is selling, even at a high price, at least it will be easy. But now you are getting something at a high price, but then with even a long queue. It is very difficult, to be honest.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ipò yìí ti fẹ́ gba ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn torí a expect ìjọba Tinubu pé ó lè ṣèyàn bí eléyìí. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé tóun bá ti yọ subsidy yẹn gbogbo kan máa wálẹ̀ everything máa wà òkè pẹ̀lú epo ni. Náà ojoojúmọ́ wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa tọ̀ wá. So last week báyìí wọ́n sọ pé epo fẹ́ wọ́n àwọn náà deny pé irọ́ ni kò sí kan tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Now àwa lè po ní 1,001 now. àwọn pàṣípà tó fẹ́ wọ ọkọ̀ wọn ò lówó dání ẹlòmíràn máa bẹ̀ẹ́ ní 150 100 naira 200 so kò tí kò tá a lè ṣe sí kó jọ kó dá epo yẹn wálẹ̀.
ojoojúmọ́ lè po wọ́n sí epo náà ló dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kí ọrọ̀ ajé àwa àkànṣe sí ó ní 1,100 lítà kan kò dẹ̀ lè gbé wa débì kan láti travel lọ láti bí sí Adó padà ó ti tán so 27,000 so kò kì í ṣe nǹkan tó rọrùn.
However, a socio-cultural and political organization, Afenifere, Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and some civil society organizations called on government to revisit these decisions, promote policies that will strengthen the Naira, and take decisive steps to alleviate the sufferings of Nigerians. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
High blood pressure used to be known as a disease attached to the wealthy and elderly in society. Recent findings, however, show that teenagers are no longer exempted as medical personnel have advised frequent medical checkups.
High blood pressure, a condition often associated with affluence, is now a major health concern in Nigeria, cutting across all strata of society. Reports show that 2 in 3 people in Nigeria are now dealing with high blood pressure issue. The medical expert, Seyi Adewale, sheds light on the different categories of hypertension affecting humans.
We have primary hypertension and then we have secondary hypertension. In some instances, we had essential hypertension. Under the primary hypertension, this is hypertension that occurs. What I mean by that is that this is hypertension that occurs without any risk factors identified. Perhaps this is a form of hypertension that seems to be hereditary in such a way that maybe the parent have a particular kidney disease or congenital heart disease, which the offspring may be invariably inherited. Identified, we say that is a primary hypertension. Secondary hypertension is the one that is actually secondary to a particular factor. That is caused by a particular identifiable factor. It could be obesity, it could be hyperlipidemia, it could be a sedentary lifestyle, and it could even be due to drugs. Drug abuse could expose somebody to hypertension in the sense that if somebody is abusing some particular drugs, this may lead to kidney problem, and from this, the patient may develop hypertension.
According to him, certain risk factors can increase the likelihood of developing hypertension or worsen its impacts.
What do we do? The first thing we do is to understand the complications that may arise from hypertension. Hypertension can lead to anything we can think of. Talking about the central nervous system, the hypertension can lead to stroke. A patient can come down with stroke. And talking about the cardiac system, there could be cardiac collapse, there could be cardiovascular collapse, there could be any problem with the heart. And going to the renal system, the kidneys, there could even be nephropathy, hypertensive nephropathy. And this will predispose to patients to myriad of complaint symptoms that may eventually lead to renal transplant and perhaps eventually lead to death.
Amidst the rise in cases of the health condition is the misbelief that only adults are prone to hypertension. However, young persons have been found prone to the condition.
Who can be hypertensive? Anybody can be hypertensive, ranging from a newborn baby to any age of life. As long as it's a woman being, anybody can be hypertensive. Recently, there was a case of a 16-year-old boy or girl being said to be hypertensive and died. We can call that one a primary hypertension because such a child, though we what I can say primary hypertension, perhaps due to renal, that is kidney issue, kidney pathology, or even cardiac pathology, that is heart pathology.
What can be done to aid prevention and management measures if diagnosed with hypertension?
Once hypertension is diagnosed, our best advice is that patients should go to the hospital. They should avoid the use of herbs. They should avoid the use of local stuffs in treating hypertension, and they should stop self-medication. A particular drug that works for patient A may not work for patient B, depending on the chemistry of their system. And we should be very strict with this.
Experts warn parents and guardians against negligence and self-medication for their children, advocating regular checkup as the first step to averting fatality in both children.
And now to sport. Ondo State Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Sakai Yusuf Gunleye, has urged athletes representing the state at this year's National Youth Games to be exemplary ambassadors for the state. When addressing the state's contingent, Gunleye assured the athletes that their welfare would be prioritized during the competition. He emphasized the importance of seriousness, noting that the atmosphere differs from training and eliminations. The general manager of the Ondo State Sports Council, Sunday Fagite, expressed gratitude to the sports commissioner, stating confidence that the athletes would perform well at the games. Ondo State will compete in 14 sports at the National Youth Games, which will take place in Asaba, Delta State. And that's Sunshine Report.